Tasks. They spent the past 2 days at facilities for Blue Origin going over preparations, according to Blue.
It was supposed to be a historic moment, a crowning achievement for Katy Perry and a proud day for Blue Origin. The headlines had already been written. Pop superstar becomes astronaut, breaking barriers and redefining the idea of space travel. Cameras were rolling, influencers were posting, and the media machine was humming along at full speed. But in a hilarious twist, the entire spectacle fell apart, not because of technical failure, but because Megyn Kelly decided to say out loud what everyone else was thinking. And when she did, the internet exploded. At first glance, the mission looked impressive enough. Katy Perry, along with a few other notable figures like Gail King, boarded Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin rocket for a brief flight to the very edge of space. Photos circulated of them posing dramatically in spacesuits, high-fiving in the capsule, and staring out of tiny windows at the curvature of the Earth. It was a beautiful narrative, until you scratched the surface and realized just how absurd it really was. Because while the media breathlessly hailed them as astronauts,
asking how a suborbital photo op became a symbol of progress. One even pointed,
the truth was that they had barely spent a few minutes weightless before parachuting safely back to Earth. No technical duties. No orbit. No danger. Just a quick joyride. Yet somehow, Katy Perry was being introduced in interviews alongside genuine space pioneers like Sally Ride and Neil Armstrong. That's when Megyn Kelly entered the chat and absolutely torched the entire charade. During her podcast, Megyn started by casually mocking the media hype around the flight. But as she played clips of the event, she descended into uncontrollable laughter. The rocket's shape, which was, to put it bluntly, comically suggestive, became the centerpiece of the roast. Megyn joked that Bezos's team had built the world's most expensive phallic fantasy, a giant flying nipple blasting through the atmosphere. Her delivery was brutal and hilarious, barely able to get through sentences without laughing herself into tears. She described the spaceship as shaped exactly like a bris, a biting reference that had her audience howling.
We just had 2 astronauts, real astronauts, not these fantastic...
But she wasn't just mocking the rocket's appearance. Megyn dove deeper into the absurdity of treating this PR stunt as if it were the Apollo 11 mission. She played clips from Mission Control, where commentators breathlessly described the launch as if the crew were facing mortal danger. "You're going to feel the G-forces now," one announcer exclaimed, as Katy and her companions floated gently in the cabin. Megyn erupted in laughter again, pointing out that they were in zero danger, certainly no more peril than your average passenger on a Delta flight at 35,000 feet. The most devastating line came when Megyn described the training process, 2 days of training for space bimbos. It wasn't just the words, it was the way she delivered them, a perfect mixture of exasperation and humor that captured exactly what millions of people were thinking. Here were celebrities spending 2 days learning how to buckle a seatbelt and smile for cameras, and somehow being hailed as brave explorers. The viral clips of Megyn's roast spread like wildfire.
This is what pissed me off about Gail King. She said, this is going to inspire women to be astronauts.
Even people who didn't normally agree with her politically couldn't help but repost the segment. It wasn't about left or right anymore. It was about calling out something that was objectively ridiculous, the cheapening of the word astronaut for the sake of celebrity promotion. And the story didn't end there. Following the flight, Katy Perry went into full PR mode. She appeared in post-launch interviews glowing, not from any great physical feat, but from the overwhelming media buzz. One clip showed a host beaming at her, "You are officially an astronaut. How do you feel?" Katy paused, smiled dreamily, and gave an answer that might go down as one of the most cringeworthy moments in celebrity interview history. "I feel so connected to love. I think this experience has shown me how much love is inside of me." The host, perhaps unsure how to respond, nodded solemnly. If Megyn Kelly's roast hadn't already broken the internet, Katy's bizarre, pseudo-spiritual answer certainly finished the job. Memes flooded social media instantly.
Tell me it doesn't look like it's a mannequin hand. Can you find that, Rob? Can you find that photo? Just put mannequin...
One viral meme showed Katy floating above the Earth with the caption, "Zero gravity. Zero humility." Another depicted the rocket with the words, "Actual space mission, 0. TikTok influencer training, 100. Even major brands couldn't resist joining the fun. Wendy's Twitter account, famously known for savage comebacks, posted a picture of a McDonald's Happy Meal astronaut toy with the caption, Training complete. It was brutal. It was hilarious. And it was clear that the tide had turned. The public wasn't buying the narrative anymore. Meanwhile, behind the scenes at Blue Origin, the mood reportedly shifted from celebration to panic. Sources whispered that executives were furious about the public perception, realizing too late that the optics of treating a glorified amusement park ride as a world-changing event had backfired spectacularly. What was meant to position Blue Origin as the future of accessible space travel had instead turned into a global joke about inflated egos, social media addiction.
I love everything about it. I love the fact that they all decided to be part of Jeff Bezos' phallic fantasy.
And the death of true achievement. And it wasn't just about Katy Perry. The entire cultural moment symbolized something bigger, a growing frustration with the way celebrity culture tries to hijack genuine accomplishments. Real astronauts train for years, endure grueling physical and mental tests, and risk their lives to advance human knowledge. And now, here were pop stars and influencers being handed the same title after a 5-minute float at the edge of the atmosphere. Megyn Kelly's takedown resonated so deeply because it tapped into that anger, the sense that words like hero, pioneer, and astronaut are supposed to mean something. They're not supposed to be handed out like participation trophies after a PR stunt. And when you see a smiling celebrity with perfect makeup talking about feeling the love of the universe after a glorified carnival ride, it doesn't inspire awe. It inspires laughter, or worse, resentment. Katy Perry's attempt to spiritualize the experience didn't help. If anything, it highlighted the gap between authentic achievement and manufactured emotion.
Exactly like a breast with a big nipple at the top and blast out into, like, quote, space, which really is just...
Genuine astronauts talk about the fragility of Earth, the overwhelming sense of responsibility, the technical challenges they faced. Katy talked about love. And not even in a profound way, more like someone describing a particularly good yoga session. As the dust settled, the internet crowned its unlikely hero, Megyn Kelly. Through pure comedic honesty, she had cut through layers of corporate propaganda, celebrity spin, and media hype with one simple weapon: common sense. She didn't need a team of PR consultants or a team of image handlers. She just needed a microphone, a sharp tongue, and the willingness to say, "Wait a minute, this is stupid." And in doing so, she reminded millions of people that it's okay to laugh at absurdity. It's okay to question the narratives we're fed. It's okay to point out when the emperor, or in this case, the pop star, has no spacesuit. Now it's your turn. Do you think Megyn Kelly was right to call out the absurdity of the Blue Origin celebrity flights? Does labeling pop stars as astronauts diminish the accomplishments of real space pioneers? Or are critics just being too harsh on a harmless PR event? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of celebrity culture gone wrong, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next hilarious, jaw-dropping moment from the entertainment world.